Hey Bougie. So today I'm going to make a quick and easy dinner. I'm going to make some a Philly chicken cheesesteak using chicken breasts, onions and peppers, mushrooms, and some seasonings. I'm going to be using my Le Creuset cast iron fry pan. This is the maiden voyage. So I'm going to start off with heating up my pan so it doesn't take a long time for us to get this together. So I'm going to turn it really low and I'm going to add in some oil. You guys know that I use vegetable oil in my Le Creuset. I'm just going to do a slow heat there, and I'm going to start cutting up the chicken breasts. These are, I forgot to say, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, comment, and please hit that notification bell if you want to get my videos when they come out. That's all backwards, but you guys get the drift. I was so excited about using my new pan, I forgot to say that. Anyway, blame it on Le Creuset. Le Creuset. Anyway, so I'm going to cut up these breasts, and I'm going to cut them up, and I'm going to try to slice them. These are actually chicken tenders, but I'm going to slice them really, really like thin so that when I cook them, it'll be like, like how when you buy the shaved steak meat. So that's what I'm doing here, just slicing them up as thin as I can get them. And the like I said, these are chicken tenders, so they're not big and they're not too thick. They're the smaller cut of the chicken breast. So just want to make it nice and thin. And it's okay if I see where that has that, I don't want that gristle in there. So I'm actually going to get rid of this piece because I don't want that tight piece in my sandwich. Okay, so, and I'm just going to continue to slice it, nice and thin. Got my chicken cut up here, and this is like 4 chicken tenders. So I'm going to now bowl here. It's all nice and cut up really good. And get that out of my way. And we're going to get going with the seasonings. I'm going very pretty light with the seasonings. I mean, not light, but you know, not using a bunch. I'm just going to use this chicken seasoning, which, all right, gotta come out of this glove for a second. I'm going to use the chicken seasoning, and I'm going to be pretty generous with this because I'm not going to use any salt, and this has salt and everything in it. But I do like this chicken seasoning. I'm also going to use some Badia Complete. I'm just like, you know, this has everything in it. Garlic, onion, everything. Some pepper. Some pepper. And I'm going to go in with a little smoked paprika just to give it a little little smoky flavor. Okay. I'm going to put the glove on and get my thingy here. I'm just going to mix these all up, these seasonings all up, so that it's all the way through. All my meat, all my chicken. I'm going to see if my oil is heating. So I'm going to take these gloves off now. Okay, so I took my pedal braiser lid and put it on here to give it, so that it could, get a good cook and steaming all the way through. And now I'm just gonna, let it brown on, get a little bit brown, not too much because, I don't want to overcook it, but I think that, this pan needed a little lid. It needed a little, chicken needed a little lid time, and it doesn't come with a lid, so I got creative and used my pedal brazier lid. And look how it matched. It's so cute. Okay. I'm going to cook this about another 2 minutes, and then we'll move on to the veggies, the peppers and onions. Chicken is nice and done. Smells amazing. And I chopped it up into smaller pieces while I had it in the pan, using a silicone spatula, of course. Wow. I'm going to go in with just a little bit more oil to throw in the peppers and onions. And some of these, these peppers and onions were frozen. This is a regular yellow onion that I rough chopped on the top, but under are they were frozen. I let them sit out a little bit, so they're gonna probably have a little bit of water in them, but just I'm going to throw them right in here, and more than I need. I'm going to let these cook down a little bit. I'm going to, even though the frozen ones have a little bit of water in them, I'm going to put a little bit of chicken broth in the glaze, the pan. Just a little. Now to give it some more flavor, I'm going to let these cook down a little bit. And then I'm going to add in my mushrooms. Add in my mushrooms. the chicken back in. I'm going to let it simmer with the peppers and onions and the mushrooms for about a minute or two. And then we can get ready to assemble. Okay, so I'm going to only assemble one sandwich. I'm going to get ready to take some of this meat out of the, okay, so I'm going to take out some of this chicken because I want to make a cheesesteak today, but maybe tomorrow I might want to use some of this for a you know, taco or something else. So I'm just gonna, or some, mix it with some rice. Whatever. But I'm gonna take some out. I'm just gonna leave in. Now my fire's off. You know, the pan's still hot. I think that's good. I think that'll get a little. All right, so got a lot of meat here, but that's good. All right, so I'm going to add some Colby Jack. And I think cheddar. I use the cheese I had in the freezer. I end up throwing away cheese. I'm like, oh look, I got cheese. And I'm like, oh no, it's it is molded. All right, so I'm just going to sit the top back on so we can. Oh, what I'm going to do? I have my roll here, and I have some, put a little mayo on it. So I'm going to lay my roll on top, like that. I'm going to sit my top back on here for a second so everything can melt together. And the cheese can melt, and then we'll plate it up. Okay, so we have our chicken mushroom Philly cheesesteak here, and I'm going to, because I'm a ketchup chick. You don't have a cheesesteak, a Philly cheesesteak without ketchup. It's an abomination. Anyway, and I like a lot. And I do have mayo. I did put mayo on my roll. And let's give it a slice on the center. All right. Let's give it a nice, a good old messy taste. It's so delicious. So good. And the meat is so tender. I'm just going to say, this time I use chicken seasoning and Badia. I would say don't use both. just use one or the other, because I think that with a little bit too much salt from both of them, I mean, it's edible. It's not, you know, but I have become more sensitive to salty things. For salty foods, I love a lot of salt, but Precious says, so, but this is really good. I just say, omit one. If you're going to use, you know, because the video, my thought process was you got your onions, your garlic, and everything in there, but it also has salt. So only use one or the other, don't use both. But I mean, it's fine. It's not, but if you don't want, you know, a salty, more saltiness, then don't use both. And I didn't use any plain salt. I just used those two seasonings. And I think that, you know, I could have just went with one. But so good. Chicken is so tender. It is delicious. The only thing, maybe I could add some sweet peppers, but other than that, you know, if you like a little sweet, this is perfect. Absolutely perfect to make your own Philly chicken cheesesteak at home. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a good night and stay bougie.